مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students of grade 9, welcome back. Today, inshallah, we are going to talk about Module 6A, Grammar and Listening, page 63. So, let's get started. This is a page we are going to discuss today. The objectives are: first, to use will and want to express the future, then complete 7 sentences. After that, recognize the term carbon footprint after watching a video and reading the definition. Finally, to respond to comprehension questions after listening to a lecture about carbon footprints. The vocabulary we have today are the following: footprints, import, carbon dioxide, harmful, and surprise. Now let's start with the grammar. Today we are going to talk about future will. Let's figure out whether these phrases express plans or predictions. I think I'll live to be 100 years. The Maldives will soon disappear underwater. In 100 years, there won't be enough resources for everyone. As you see, these phrases express predictions about the future. Now let's talk more about the formation of future will. We use the subject followed by will and then the verb in the bare infinitive to express the affirmative sentence. For example, I will work. He, she, it will work. As you can see, will doesn't change regardless of the pronoun used. And the negative, like the following: we use a subject plus will plus not, or won't plus the bare infinitive. For example, I will not work, or I won't work. As for the question, we use will plus subject and followed by the verb in the bare infinitive, like the following: will I work, will he work, will they work? And the short answer, like the following, we use it as yes, I will, or no, I won't. The time expressions that indicates this is a future will sentence are the following: tomorrow, tonight, soon, next week, next month, in an hour, in a week, and etc. To summarize what we have said, let's watch the following video.
Will and won't. What do we use them for? Well, firstly, we can use them to make promises. Secondly, we can use them to make offers. Thirdly, we use them to make spontaneous or quick decisions. Sometimes we even use them to make spontaneous threats. And finally, we also use them to make predictions about the future. Now, let's have a look at the positive and negative forms and their contractions. The positive is will. Examples of positive contractions are I'll, you'll, and will. The negative is will not. The negative contraction is won't. Now, when we talk, we usually use contractions. To summarize, there are 4 functions of will and won't. 1. To make promises. 2. To make offers. 3. To make spontaneous or quick decisions. And 4. To make predictions about the future.
Now, dear students, let's go to page 63. Complete the sentences with the verbs in the box using future will. Number 1. Experts predict that e-waste, such as old gadgets, devices, and appliances that people throw away in the next few years by 500%. The answer is will increase. Number 2. Charlie and Jill probably married next year. The answer will be will probably get married next year. Number 3. I think the Mariners, the game tonight. What do you think? The answer is will win. Number 4. Scientists believe that there any clean air to breathe in the future. The answer is won't be. Number 5. Scientists ever fly in cars? Pay attention that this is a question, so we'll start with will and invent. Will scientists ever invent flying cars? Number 6. I think you a very successful businessman one day. The answer is will become. Number 7. In the future, people, any housework, robots, everything. In the future, people won't do any housework, robots will do everything. Now, let us practice. Number 1, let's go to the beach tomorrow. I think the answer will be sunny. Number 2, Thomas is sick, so he in class today. The answer is he won't be. Number 3, your brother be here soon? Yes, he. So it's a question, it will start with will, and since it's a positive, it will be yes, he will. So the answer is number C. Number 4, my family and I fly to Spain on our holiday. The answer is will. Number 5, my sister busy at 3 o'clock, so you can call her back at the time. Since he can call her back, so she won't be busy. Number 6, finally, you talked to Mr. Wilson? No, It's a question that it will start with will, and it's a negative response, so we'll use won't. So the answer will be B. Now, let's move to the listening. In this part, we are going to talk about carbon footprint. Let me remind you with the objective. Recognize the term carbon footprint after watching a video and reading the definition. The definition of the carbon footprint is the following. It is the amount of carbon dioxide, CO2, a person produces by using fossil fuels or products that come from fossil fuels. And now, let's watch the video.
What is carbon footprint? Most energy produced in the world is done by burning fossil fuels such as petroleum and gas. You need petrol to drive your car and gas to light your stove. Your carbon footprint is the total amount of CO2 and methane gas you release into the environment by consuming energy. Save energy units. Using paper, for example, adds to your carbon footprint because it takes 15 units of energy to make paper from a plant. A plant takes 5 units of energy to grow into a tree. It takes 4 units of energy to cut the tree and transport it to the paper mill. It takes 6 units of energy to create paper in the mill. So next time, don't throw your books into the dustbin. Instead, you can give them for recycling and save our plants and energy. Save electricity. If you forget to switch off a light or a computer when you leave home, you are adding to your carbon footprint. So next time, don't forget to turn off the computer and switch off the lights before going out. If you're going to a friend's house close by, convince your parents to walk with you instead of taking a car or taxi.
Now, the value we take from this video is to save the environment. To the final objective of this lesson, respond to comprehension questions after listening to a lecture about carbon footprints. Let's listen.
Module 6. A Modern World. 6a. Listen. B. Listen to a teacher talking to students about carbon footprints and answer the questions. Choose A, B, or C.
We all know that each of us has a carbon footprint. But we don't always realize how much carbon dioxide we produce through our actions. Today, we are going to look at some of the things that people do every day and the carbon footprint each action leaves behind. Did you know that a direct flight from London to Hong Kong takes a little over 13 hours and produces carbon dioxide equivalent to using 300,000 plastic bags? So we can estimate that an 8-hour flight to New York would be about the same as using 200,000 plastic bags, and a flight to Athens, which takes almost 4 hours, is about 100,000 bags. You can easily understand that traveling by plane leaves a huge carbon footprint. We also need to be careful about the origin of the things we are buying when we go shopping. Buying things not produced locally will cause your carbon footprint to increase a lot because many are transported by air. Some things, such as bananas, aren't too bad because they come by ship. But out-of-season flowers from hot countries, for example, come by plane to stay fresh. Another surprising fact that you may not realize is that paper packaging is not a more environmentally friendly form of packaging than plastic. Producing paper and cardboard creates about 10 times more carbon dioxide than plastic bags. Now, let me ask you all a question. Which one, traveling about 6 kilometers by plane or using a computer for 32 hours, produces nearly 2 kilograms of carbon dioxide? Raise your hands. How many say traveling by plane? Most of you, okay. Now, how many say using a computer? Well, the answer is both. Now that you understand that your actions can make a difference, it's time to look at...
Okay, dear students, now let's answer question number 1. A flight from London to Hong Kong has the same carbon footprint as using, the answer is 300,000 plastic bags. Number 2, which of the following increases your carbon footprint more than the other? The answer is buying flowers that are out of season. Number 3, when shopping, which packing should you choose for a smaller carbon footprint? The answer is plastic. Number 4. What produces almost 2 kilograms of carbon dioxide? The answer is both A and B. Now, let's listen to the second audio.
C. Listen to 2 extracts from the lecture. What do the following words mean? Extract 1.
Did you know that a direct flight from London to Hong Kong takes a little over 13 hours and produces carbon dioxide equivalent to using 300,000 plastic bags? So we can estimate that an 8-hour flight to New York would be about the same as using 200,000 plastic bags, and a flight to Athens, which takes almost 4 hours, is about 100,000 bags.
Extract 2.
We also need to be careful about the origin of the things we are buying when we go shopping. Buying things not produced locally will cause your carbon footprint to increase a lot because many are transported by air.
Now, what does these words mean? Number 1. Equivalent to means C. Almost the same as. Number 2. Origin. It means also, letter C, where something comes from. And now we have come to the closure. Let me ask you the question. What information did you find the most surprising about carbon footprints and why? I would be happy to receive your answers on the forum on the school website. And by this, we have come to the end of our session today. Until we meet next time, I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.